So in a writing classroom which becomes a community of writers, in some sense, the work is inherently collaborative, even just in the sense of the fact that all of the writing is shared in draft form. In my classroom, the students are required to read their final essays, each other's final essays, as part of the text of the class. So in the sequence of assignments that I use in my first year class, the first assignment is a kind of narrative in which students inquire into an experience, an important experience that somehow relates to literacy in their life. And so I want them to think deeply about their experiences with writing and reading and begin to expose the complexity of literacy and how central it is to the way we live, not just in school but outside of school. They're in writing groups throughout the semester, and when that assignment is finished, the students in the writing groups have seen each other's essays in draft form a number of times, and then I ask the students to post the final version to a course Blackboard site. And the next assignment is that students have to read not only all of the finished essays in their writing group, but they have to select a certain number of essays in the other writing groups. And then the second assignment grows out of the first assignment, but students use their own essays and the essays of their classmates in the first assignment as real texts. So they might cite their classmates' essay just like they would cite a piece by you know, Ernest Hemingway or whoever, you know. And so in a sense, they create a text collaboratively. All of their experiences become visible and the texts that they write become usable. So it's inherently collaborative in that regard. Typically, I try to identify stronger writers and weaker writers, put them in the same group so that they can work together. I also try to put personalities together that seem like they'll fit together and work well together. I try not to put people together who seem like they might clash in groups. And I do this very early in the semester on the basis of some writing that they've done, how they are in class discussions, how they interact in small groups, and so on. The impression I get when I meet with them one-on-one in conference. At the end of the first assignment, it becomes clear whether or not the writing groups are working, and that's usually when I'll make adjustments. This semester, for example, I found that I created one writing group in which 3 of the 4 writers really struggled with some fundamental writing skills that were not characteristic, and it was a mistake. I would prefer to have sprinkled those 3 students among the other groups, and so that was a reason to make a change. It's less disruptive after the first assignment because we still have 2/3, 3/4 of the semester to go. But it's it's more an art than a science. You learn over time how to anticipate certain kinds of things that students will do, but every student is unique. They have different personalities, different levels of confidence as writers, different levels of comfort with sharing ideas and taking risks in groups. You want those things to be advantages in a group rather than obstacles, and so you'll make adjustments as you go, but you work with the group that you have, and it changes from semester to semester.